Hi y'all, Raidwald here. I was listening to a recording of a live chat between Sargon of Akkad and Kyle Kalinske from Secular Talk, and I came across this little gem that I just needed to put a video response up for.
So in other words, you can only be tolerant of other people that are tolerant. You can't be tolerant of intolerance because then the intolerant people will just rule the day and shut you down when you try to voice disagreement.
Okay, Kyle, let's pause here for a second and just think over what you just said and see if you can see what's wrong with it. Just go ahead and pause the video right here and see if you can find out what that is. Have you got it? If you do not tolerate the intolerant, then you, by your own definition, have become intolerant and are not to be tolerated. And then those who, following your definition, that do not tolerate you, have themselves become intolerant. Before you know it, everybody is intolerant and can clearly and without controversy be classified as intolerant, and so nobody is to be tolerated. You're forgetting the fact that tolerance kicks in only when there is a significant, basic, fundamental disagreement between peoples. Now, I agree everyone has a right to defend themselves against violence and aggressions of all types, right? I'm not going to stand by and say, well, he's entitled to his opinion while a man is stabbing me in the chest. But if a man is disagreeing with me, that doesn't give me the right to just completely write him off of society. The next problem we run into is that somebody gets to define who's intolerant. And who would you put in that position? Why, yourself, of course. You get to sit back and say that conservatives are intolerant because, well, they disagree with you, so they're intolerant, and they need to be removed from civil society. Do you see the issue here? Tolerance is a virtue. It's considered a virtue because it means people are able to live with one another even when they disagree on fundamental issues, important issues. The things that really matter in life, the things that in the past people have been willing to go to war over. When you can disagree on those issues but still live peaceably with each other, that is tolerance. When you disagree with someone and can try to shut down their life or get them fired or attack them, well, that's what we see going on in the progressive left. And you guys have done a great deal of talking in this live stream about that very issue. You guys have talked a good deal about the little schism that has occurred because of the Ben Affleck and Bill Maher thing. And what you're seeing is that you're seeing two different factions on the left treating each other in the same way that the entire left has happily treated the American political right for years, for well over a decade at least. If you disagree with what I say on the left, then you are a bigot, you're stupid, or you're corrupt. Those are the only possibilities. But now that you see different factions on the left using those same tactics with each other, you're crying foul play. See, this is all a result of the very mindset you have just put forth. How do I mean? Well, in a situation in which you are able to shut any group out for their intolerance, and you're morally justified in shutting another group out for their intolerance, then the big fight becomes defining who is intolerant. Right? And the person who can get those accusations in the earliest and with the greatest fervor and consistency can generally pit their opponent as intolerant. The left has been using this tactic for a very long time against the right, and now the progressives are using it against liberals amongst each other in the left. And now, all of a sudden, that's a problem. If you guys would stop redefining terms in a rather Orwellian way and just left tolerance as a virtue, the virtue around living with people that you disagree with on a fundamental level, rather than living with people whose lifestyles differ from yours, but who disagree with you, or that agree with you on all the political points you find important. Right? Because it's not just, on the left, it's not just gays that you guys tolerate. It's leftist gays. When you find homosexuals on the right, you attack them. Same thing with blacks. Conservative blacks are attacked with a vigor and a ferocity that you should be ashamed of. And the NAACP calls them Uncle Toms and house niggers. The NAACP. And what about women? Right? I mean, we recently just got a talk from Hillary Clinton about how it's not enough to be a woman. You have to be a woman that believes. And then she goes on to define a woman that believes as a woman that believes in the leftist progressive platform. So, for example, Sarah Palin. Look at the way her political career ended. Again, you guys should be ashamed of yourselves. The non-stop, constant attacks on her to where she quit just for the sake of her family, to keep them safe from the onslaught of these supposedly tolerant liberals. Again, all of this is justified. All of this is okay with you guys, because ultimately the narrative by which you can seize control and power becomes more important than facts and more important than your toleration of those who think differently than you do. Alright, I think I've beat on that drum long enough. Thanks for watching, everyone. Rate the video if you liked it. Leave all your comments below, and I'll talk to you guys later.